Hello and welcome to Women in the Coaching Arena podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Jo Lott, a business mentor and ICF accredited coach, and I help coaches to build brilliant businesses. I know that when you prepare to enter the arena, there is fear, self-doubt, comparison, anxiety, uncertainty. You can tend to armor up and protect yourself from vulnerability. In this podcast, I'll be sharing honest, not hype, practical and emotional tools to support you to make the difference that you're here for. Dare greatly, you belong in this arena. Hello, welcome to this episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I am so glad you are here. I have just held my fourth in-person event yesterday, Dare Greatly in the Coaching Arena, the autumn edition. And want to approach you with something a little different today, which is not on my schedule. My amazing online business manager, Olga, is trying her best to get me to get to a month ahead in this podcast and stick to a schedule. And I'm absolutely loving it. But sometimes I'm just feeling in a reflective mood and really want to share with you what's going on for me today. So I want to talk about something that I see a lot with the coaches I work with. I saw a lot yesterday with the wonderful 32 women who were at my in-person event. And it's definitely something I struggle with myself, which is why I'm really, really excited to talk about this today. Let's talk about divine timing, about patience, and about why you can't and shouldn't want to rush your journey to success. Because sitting with the wonderful women at my event yesterday, I was struck by the fact that everyone in that room was at a different stage of their journey, yet they all share that one common thread, this burning desire to get there faster, to have all the success, all the clients, all the money, all the impact right now. And I get it. I definitely get it. I'm the same. I think no matter how far you get to in business, you always want to strive for whatever is next for you. When you have that vision of what's possible, when you can taste that success of the impact that you want to create, waiting feels like absolute torture. But here is what I want to share with you today. What if that coaching journey itself is actually the secret sauce to your success? I love the analogy of someone being made the CEO of a Fortune 500 company tomorrow. No prior experience, no gradual climbing of the corporate ladder, just bam, here's your corner office. Go run this billion-dollar company. Terrifying, right? And here's the truth, you won't be ready. And it's not because you're not capable, brilliant, destined for that role and greatness, but it's because there are certain lessons and certain experiences and certain wisdom that only come through living through each stage of that journey. Think about every junior position that you have had to date that has taught you something valuable. For example, I started out as an office junior, and the best thing I ever learned in my life to date, I feel like, is touch typing. And I remember it was so painful at the time to go on this touch typing course. It was called Mavis Beacon. If any of you have done touch typing, maybe it rings a bell. But I mean, how cool that I was forced to learn that at that age. And now it serves me so well. And my kids are so jealous of the fact that I don't need to look at the keyboard. I can literally talk to them whilst typing what I want to type at the same time. And that is what I've learned on the way of managing to craft these podcast episodes for you, write emails to you, create social media for you. And if I hadn't have gone on that course when I was 18, then I would never have learned that skill of touch typing. So really think about all of those junior positions. Maybe it was how to handle difficult conversations, how to manage your time, how to read people's needs before they express them. I learned tons about that from being an executive assistant and various other roles of like how to preempt what my boss requires. I'm very pleased of the skill I learnt of writing the minutes of the board meetings before the board meeting even happened, because the board meetings were so boring that I would write the papers, suggest what we needed to do, and then be able to write the minutes so the CEO could just tick the minutes off as he was in the meeting, come out, literally hand them to me going, no changes, and I could get the minutes out of that meeting they held within 5 minutes of the meeting closing. So that is the skill that we have developed, and you will have developed as well on your journey to date, that you can take into your future coaching business. But when it comes to your coaching business, I see so many coaches trying to skip steps. You want the 6-figure business or the big retreats or in-person events or group programs or online courses before you've mastered the art of having a discovery call or having a one-to-one client. You maybe want the sold out group programs before you've really understood that client's journey and what your clients really need. It's easy to want that massive impact before you have learned to consistently show up for yourself and model for your clients what it looks like to be consistent and show up for you. And here is the beautiful truth I would love you to sit with today. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Let me say that again. You are exactly where you need to be right now. And let me share why I know this is true, because it's something that crystallized for me yesterday. For probably since I started my business, I have had the dream of creating a higher level mastermind program for experienced business owners. I have had my Word document ready with the text of exactly what this will include for 2 years now. I could see it so clearly, the transformation, the connections, the next level growth for everyone involved. And for a year or two now, I have tried and I've carried this around and I've had it on my goals list. And every time I meet my coach, it's like, no, I'm not quite ready. No one wants this. You know, all of the limiting beliefs involved in selling that next level program. Something just wasn't quite right, which is why I was making excuses, pretending that there was some reason why it hadn't actually come about. But it's really because I was just pushing against a closed door. And here is why it gets really interesting, because finally, 3+ years into running my business of coaching program, I have had probably 5 to 10 people say, we want to continue working with you. We can, I know, stay in the business of coaching, but I really want something more. And so finally, I'm at the stage where I'm like, wow, people are actually asking me for this thing. Experienced coaches are reaching out, wanting that next level mastermind that I've been dreaming about. Previously, I'd had coaches say, who is the coach that provides the next level program for coaches? And I was like, it's me, which is quite embarrassing because it was honestly my clients asking me who's the next level coach, but I hadn't stepped into that role as their next level coach at that point. So my husband used to say to me, it's not their fault. This is not an insult. They don't know that you are even wanting to do this because, again, it was just not something I was offering. And suddenly that door that I had been pushing against, it suddenly opened all by itself with no pushing required. So that deep inner wisdom wasn't telling me no, it was just telling me not yet. I needed that year to grow my own skills, to deepen my experience, to build the right relationships. And my clients needed that time too, to reach the point where they are truly ready for their next level growth. Because it's not like within 6 months of starting your business, you are ready to leverage group programs, leverage your team, all of those next level things that we will be doing in this mastermind. So those times over the last year or two when I wanted to do this thing, but the doors weren't opening, that's when I learned the resilience, deepened my own self-trust, hosted 4 in-person events like this that have got better and busier and easier to sell every single time, developing inner strength and authenticity and knowing who I am and how I can add value to those next level clients. So here is what I want you to take away from today's episode. Trust the timing of your journey. Don't look at people years ahead and feel like you should be where they are now, because you have to go on the journey to get to where they are now. So trust that every single step, even the messy, wobbling, failure ones, is something essential for your future success, and your business and you will not be able to thrive without those mess ups. So stop comparing your chapter 2 with someone else's chapter 20. They have had to live through their chapters 1 to 19 too, even though all you may see is the highlight reel. So be present in your own unique journey, document it, reflect on it, appreciate it. These are the days you will look back on and see that all along you were blooming. You can't force that bud to open before it's time. It needs the right conditions, the right nurturing, the right season. And when it does bloom, wow, what an amazing sight. So before I leave you today, I want you to think about something in your own business that might feel like a closed door right now. Maybe it's a group program or an online course you've been trying to launch, or a high ticket offer you're trying to push, or a collaboration you're trying to force into existence. But what if instead of pushing against that door, you trust that it will open exactly at that right moment? What if you trust that this time is perfect to prepare, to grow, to become the person who will be ready when that door opens? Because today I'm really happy from being that person who's been frustrated for 2 years perhaps about this next level mastermind that I wanted to create. And now I see that the timing is divine. I'm not having to push it. I didn't have to promote it or pitch it even at my event yesterday. And I've already had people messaging me today saying, I'm in, when do we start? So one day you will get to this point where I am just today and realize that all along the entire time was part of the masterpiece of your future successful business. Thank you for listening today. And if you are an established coach and want to join my next level mastermind, I would love to hear from you. It's an application only process because I need to ensure that you already have an established business or previous experience as an established business owner. So it's an application only process because I need to ensure that the conversations we are having are at the right level of experience. You're wanting to make more money, help more people in less time, and you have done the groundwork or are completely knowledgeable about the groundwork required to be in that place to move to your next level growth. So do drop me an email on joanna@joannalottcoaching.com or drop me a DM on LinkedIn or Instagram as Joanna Lott and ask for the details of the Next Level Mastermind, and I will send them over to you, and then we can have a chat to see if you are the right fit. So thank you for being with me today, and until next time, keep trusting yourself, keep believing in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I have a mass of free resources on my website, joannalottcoaching.com. That's Joanna with an A and Lott with 2 T's, joannalottcoaching.com. and I'll also put links in the show notes below. Let me know if you found this episode useful, share it with a friend and leave me a review, and I will personally thank you for that. Remember to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Get into the arena, dare greatly and try.